Oops. Whatever happened to that no fishing rule around here? Well guys, if you recognize this pond, you're right. We're home. Now we've officially made it home from our 6-month-long family circle camping trip. However, the videos are continuing to, I guess, play themselves out on YouTube here. Well, this video is going to interrupt that succession. It's going to be played out of order because we have a new thing for you guys to see. Now, I'm sure by the title and the thumbnail, you guys already know what the item is and who makes it. But I'm going to pretend to keep you in suspense just for another couple of seconds. You forgot your fishing net. Oh yeah, we're back in Florida. Look at that. Oh man, I miss Iowa. All right guys, enough shenanigans. Let's get back to the truck and I'm going to reveal to you what we're talking about today. There she is. She survived the trip.
Now, my wife would tell me I'm probably still borderline.
What the heck?
Right.
I don't know what that was all about. Borderline what? That was really weird. The radio in my truck just turned itself on. And I don't even have the key in the ignition. That is strange. Maybe it has to do with one of them recalls. Parts aren't available yet. But anyway, guys, I'm going to tell you what. Parts are available for this. This is the Potensic Atom 2. This is what we're going to be talking about today. You guys know that for several months, maybe even a couple of years, we've been looking for a mini drone killer. And now, with the upgrade that we just got for Roger, our Potensic Atom 2, I think we may have a serious contender. Look what they did. Oh, it's upside down. Would you look at that? Just look at it. This is what you guys have been waiting for. Now, Potensic listened to you guys because I'm sure that I'm not the only one who received comment after comment and email after email asking Potensic to come out with a screened controller. And I think this is going to be a huge improvement. One of the biggest issues that I have, and I'll pull my phone up here just to show you, one of the biggest issues that I have when I'm flying Roger, our Potensic Atom 2, I'll pull the controller out and I'll even show you that. Well, your phone goes in here in the controller, right? Well, the biggest issue that I have with flying any drone pretty much is I fly with an iPhone and my phone's dim when it's, I don't know, when it's even overcast, it'll dim. And it's just not fun to fly when you can't see the screen. Well, they've hopefully have solved that dilemma because that's really the only issue that I ever had with Roger. Never had a problem with the signal, never had a problem with the options or the features, never had a problem with the footage. I just had a problem with not being able to see my screen. Let me get Roger out of the way here in his original controller. I'm going to open this box and show you guys what it comes with. So they have it really well packaged and really well protected. I just lost my piece of foam there. But it comes with the controller and it comes with a charging cord and your user manual. So opening the bag up. Now again, I've already opened this because I needed to test some things out. I need to make sure that things work properly. This is the controller. Like, it is almost the spitting image of the original, well, of the updated controller that they come up with. It's just a little bit smaller, but you know what? The screen is 5.5 inches, which is similar to other screen controllers that have come out on the market with different companies. And also, the nit rating on this is 700 nits, which is perfect. I think it's gonna, and it's not supposed to dim. Have I said that yet? But I think that they've really come out with a neat design. They've got the antennas up here. So you pull the antennas up and you pull them, or you twist them to the side there, and then you make sure that you have this part of the antennas facing towards the drone, and that way you'll get your optimal signal. And they, of course, store the sticks on the back there. What's neat about this controller is it's very simple. It's got your gimbals here for your sticks. It's got only 2 buttons on the front, the power button and the return to home button, so it's not clogged with a bunch of different things. And then it's got your buttons back here, your C1 and your C2, your gimbal, and then your zoom, and then, your photo button and your record button for your video. Anyway, guys, I've been saving this for you to see. I haven't taken this thing off yet. This is the protective cover for the screen. How about that? Oh yeah. Now it's legit. It's used. So what are the benefits of having a screened controller? I think the first benefit that I can think of is the obvious. You don't have to use your phone anymore to fly your drone. So that's going to do a couple of things for you. It's going to keep you from being interrupted during your flights. And it's also going to keep your screen from dimming, which to me is the most important part. Now, a lot of you guys, you do fly with Android devices that don't necessarily do the dimming thing. But I've flown with an iPhone ever since I started flying these drones. And I've had that issue ever since I started. just wish iPhone would change that. I wish there was a setting that iPhone would make, but you know, of course they're not going to listen to us. They're too important, and I'm not important enough. Now, recently, Potensic has come out with an update that gave us a couple of things. The first thing is that it came out with the option for P-Log. Now, you guys all know that it's their version of, I guess, log. You guys all know that I don't know anything about photography. I don't know anything about professional photography. I don't know anything about using the manual settings. I put everything in auto, and I just let it run. But it's nice to know that, again, you guys have asked for that option, and they've brought it in. One more thing that they brought in that I want to test today is they brought in a one-handed launch. Now there's a sequence with these buttons. I think it's going to be C1 and holding down on the left stick to get the motors to go. And then when you let go of the stick, I believe that's when it rises up. So that's going to be really fun to test. All right, guys, with all that said, I'm going to get Roger out of the box and we're going to get all set up outside and we're going to test this controller out. All right, I've got Roger. Well, I don't have him set up yet, but I've got him sitting on the mat. He's getting reacquainted with his home point. I wanted to show you guys what we're dealing with today. So we picked the perfect day to try out this new screen because there's not a cloud in the sky. And yes, you're looking directly at the sun. I thought we were always told not to do that. Well, anyway, guys, we had to wait like a week because we've had nothing but rain, wind, storms. It was bad. And I would have gone to the beach today to fly this, but the wind over there is still bad. It's still over the 30s, over 30 miles an hour. So I don't want to put Roger through that. I'd rather have him out here where it's nice and calm and we can do a real test to see what he can do with this new controller. So let me go ahead and, I guess I need to put the sticks in. Rookie mistake. Now the first time I went to get these sticks out, I had to get a knife and pry these things out because man, they were in there good. They're in there good still. But it's just as simple as any other, whoops, almost dropped it. It's just as simple as any other controller when you're dealing with the sticks that you got to remove. You just take them out of the back, you put them in, and you're good to go. So what are we going to test today? Well, I'm going to get Roger turned on here. We're going to just test a couple of things. Since I'm sitting in direct sunlight, we're going to obviously test the screen to make sure that the screen doesn't dim and to make sure that it's, I don't know, better than my iPhone. And then we're also going to do a signal test. We're going to send Roger out and make sure that he can maintain his signal with this new controller because it is a different design. So let's go ahead and turn this controller on. I'm going to get a screen recording set up here shortly. But it's right now we've got the sun directly over our shoulder, so it might be a little bit dim. And I don't know if I have the brightness turned all the way up. Okay, so the controller has powered up. I don't know if you can see this in the GoPro because I got the sun directly on my back, so it's right over top of us. But I'm going to scroll or pull this down twice, and I'm going to find where it says screen recording. Hit screen recording. This is the timer, and I'm going to pull that out of my way. And just like that, we've got a screen recording going. Easy. Well, right now it's saying that the battery firmware version is outdated and it's recommended to upgrade before using. Well, I'm going to skip that part for now. I'm just going to hit fly now. And wow, I can really see this screen. I'm not exaggerating when I can say this screen is as bright as it can be. Let me actually pull down to make sure that we're as bright as we can be. Yeah, we're as bright as we can be. And I'm, again, in direct sunlight. I've got no problem whatsoever seeing the screen. Good job, Potensic. That makes me happy. All right, how many satellites do we got? We've got 26 satellites. It says takeoff permitted. All right, well, let me go over to the three dots here. I'm going to go over to safety, and all the way down at the bottom, I've got all this safety stuff taken care of. But all the way down at the bottom where it says take off with one hand, what does it say? After enabling, press the C1 button and simultaneously pull down on the left control stick for 2 seconds to unlock the motors. Release the control stick first to take off. Okay, I'm not sure exactly what that says, but I think I understand it. Well, we're not going to do that yet. We're going to take off normally. So let me get over to the main screen here. I'm just going to pinch the sticks together, and we're going to get Roger lifted up and get him cooled off. What does this say? Confirm what? The battery buckle? Yeah, we got, crap. I should have hit the do not remind me again. So let's get him up in the air here. We'll just let him hover right here, and we'll see how solid he is because we've never had any problem with Roger not being steady and not being stable. Let me get the GoPro up to him, and I'll show you guys what he looks like because he is, wow. He looks really good. There he is right there. You guys see him? Yep. Well, let me go this way because my phone number is on the other side of the drone, but the sun is right behind us here. So that is a really good view. Let me get underneath of him to get me a little bit of a thumbnail. That would be a pretty cool thumbnail, right? Maybe it is. Who knows? All right, Roger. Are you ready for this? Look at your new controller, buddy. Isn't that nice? Are you ready to fly and make this thing look good? I know I am. Okay, so we've got Roger sitting there. How high up is he? He's 4.6 feet up. So let me just raise him up a little bit more, probably to 100 feet or so. And we're just gonna fly straight out. I think I've got the distance, the max distance set to 1,500 feet, give or take. I'm gonna pull the gimbal down. You know, I hear about the rule of thirds a lot, like I really know what that means. But I'm gonna move this timer thing out of the way again. So what does that say? The current video transmission signal is weak. Please add antenna angle. What? Please adjust. Okay, let me confirm that. So he's right above me. I don't know how it can be a bad signal. That's kind of weird. Well, let me hit record so we can get some video of this flight, because this could potentially be Roger's last flight if we lose signal. Now I just felt inside this controller a fan has kicked on. I guess that since we're sitting in the direct sunlight that the controller has heated up a little bit. So it's cool that it's got an internal fan to keep itself cooled off. All right, let's just fly straight forward here. We'll keep our eyes on the distance, making sure that we're gonna keep the controller facing Roger so we can maintain our signal, or maintain the signal as best we can. So I'm gonna just floor it, and we're going now 27 miles an hour. Wow, that's fast. I don't know, that's 29 feet per second. So yeah, he seems like he's moving. I'm not sure how fast 30 feet per second is in miles per hour. I have to calculate that. But we still got a perfect signal. We're almost 600 feet out. It looks like it's going at a pretty good clip. And we are in normal mode. We're 124 feet up. We haven't lost a single bar on the signal yet. I think that's a good thing. And it's nice to be back here over these over this water and over these trees. I'm gonna raise up just a little bit more, because I remember there's a tree over there that's pretty tall. I don't think it's 160 feet tall, but you know, it could be. You never know. So the gimbal was down at 8 degrees. Let me pull it down just a little bit more. We're now at 1,500 feet, and we should be hitting that max distance limit here soon. There we go. We're coming up on 1,600 feet. And we did not, oh, well, the signal is orange. I do see that the signal's orange, but I just turned the controller. I guess I was facing away from the drone. I didn't think I was facing away that much. But we are down a bar. So if you guys remember, whenever we flew Roger at the other location with the other controller, we didn't, oh, we're down to orange again. We didn't lose really any signal from that. I remember, and we were sitting inside the truck. So not sure why I'm not getting the perfect signal here, because we're only 1,600 feet out. Let me change the, I changed the antennas to straight up and down, if you guys can see that in the camera there. So I might have just not had them, well, now we're red again, or we're orange again. Let me go ahead and hit return to home. I think it's the right button under the right stick. And we'll get him to come back, and we'll see exactly how close he can get. Now I can turn that return to home beeping off in the settings, and but I like to annoy you guys, so I'm gonna keep it on. I think I said that before. All right, so we don't have a very good signal right now. It just came back. I moved the antennas again. But he's coming back at a pretty fast clip, pretty much as fast as he went out there, a little bit faster actually. But the signal strength is going back and forth between, it looks red to me, but I think it's orange. I'm not really sure. But I'm facing the drone, so we got our signal back. Let me stand up and walk over here to the GoPro so we can get that thing, so we can get Roger in view, so we can watch him land and see how close he's gonna be on his return to home, on his landing flight. Now he doesn't have precision landing, but he still usually does a really good job whenever he's coming home. So he's right over top of us, pretty much. And yeah, is he gonna pull his gimbal down? I can never remember that. But this screen, I'm now facing the sun. Like the sun is literally right over top of my shoulder, and I can still see the screen. So he's landing, and can you guys see the screen in the GoPro? Now if you can see the screen in the GoPro with this sun, that's saying something with the controller as far as the nit rating goes. Now we don't have a very good signal, which is weird. Now I just changed the angle of the controller to face him perfectly, and we've got a perfect signal. So let's go to the GoPro and see where he's going to land. Now hopefully he lands on the pad, but it doesn't look like he's going to. It looks like he's a little bit off. He's coming down fast. Yep, he's going to get dirty. But that's okay. I don't think that's a bad result. Now I'm actually happy with that result because, oh geez, she's doing her IMU in preparation again. Let me turn the recording off here. I'm actually happy with that result because I don't normally go any further than 1,500 feet. That's as far as I can see these little drones, and sometimes I can't even see them at that distance. So I'm okay with that. The signal strength, it worked. It didn't lose its connection. Everything was perfectly fine. And he came back to say hi yet again. Hi, Roger. One thing that you got to remember, every time that you pick this drone up, he does another IMU calibration. So let me put him back down on flat level surface so he can get that done correctly. Now I want to do a one-handed takeoff. So I had it in the controller here. I guess I've hit the toggle switch, so it's capable now. So all you do is you hold down the C1 button and the left stick you pull down. So let's do that and we'll arm the motors. The motors are armed, and I accidentally let go of the stick a little bit too fast, but he automatically raised up, so cool. Now what is this all about? Current stick mode, mode 2, yes. Don't show again, how's that? Whoops. I think I might have just screwed that up. All right, so let's go up in the air here. I'm gonna turn towards us. Now he's gonna have the sun directly in his face, but they allegedly took away the height requirement. I guess there was a height requirement before of like 20 feet or something that you had to be up in the air in order for it to go into the smart settings. So I'm going to stand up here and highlight myself and see if we can do a, what do you call that? A quick shot. I'm going to do a pull away. So look, we're almost 6 feet up in the air. I've got the pull away selected for 98 feet. I'm going to go further than that. I don't know what, oh, that means return to home, that's right. So 98 feet, let's, is that all further we can go? Well, I'm touching the 98 feet, but it's not pulling anything up. So let me just hit go, and we'll see how good he does the pull away with no height requirement. That's cool because a lot of times you want to do a quick shot close to the ground or close to the subject that you're covering. So having that height requirement that they used to have was kind of a pain in the butt. He's almost done with the quick shot and he's going to hopefully return back home. I think I clicked that the right way. And man, I'm telling you what, this controller is easy to see. I am facing, the sun is right back there and I'm standing like this with the sun directly over top of it and I can still see it. So that's awesome. All right, Roger has returned back and he's finished. Hopefully he's got that quick shot on recording. Another thing, let's see if we can track ourselves without that height requirement. So on second thought, I want to see how accurate his return to home is whenever you do the one-handed takeoff. So let me get him up in the air a little bit. We'll go out there and maybe 400 feet or so, and we'll just do a quick return to home flight and see if he's gonna, wow, he's really making some noise. I think it's a little bit windier than I thought. We're going to see if he can get closer than he did before, or if it's going to be the same. So he's almost 400 feet out. I think that's good enough. Let's hit return to home. Return. You guys know that these return to home things are my favorite, right? Is it obvious? All right. So he's is he going to turn back around? Oh, he's raising up to his required height because apparently before we were already at that height. I think I got it set a little bit too high, 160 feet. So he's on his way back. I'm going to walk over here to the GoPro and get it ready to capture him whenever he starts his downward trek. So the battery in the drone is down to 48%. We've been flying for at least, I don't know, 15 minutes or so. And I think that to have 47% left at 15 minutes isn't bad. I think the batteries seem to be lasting pretty good here. Now I do need to do that update that they were talking about, or that it was mentioned on the screen in the very beginning. So we'll take care of that and we'll do a test to see if the batteries are going to last longer. So let's watch Roger land here. Looks like he's a little bit further away than he was the first time. I hope that he's not going to hit the chair. All right, I think he's going to miss the chair. That's good. But he's steady. It's about the same, not quite. Maybe a little bit further away, but he's oriented. I think he's oriented in the same direction he was when he took off. I like it when they do that. All right, I'm gonna go back to the screen here and turn off the screen recording. Hopefully it saves, because I don't want to have to do this whole test again. And yeah, guys, I think that this controller is a very positive step for Potensic. They've made it clear that they do want to compete with other companies that are, I don't know what that's all about. It's making some really weird Android-ish noises. But I think that Potensic has proven that they're in the game, and they're in the game to improve, and they're in the game to make things better for us. So if you guys are interested in more information about this controller, the link will be in the description. I think we're probably going to have a discount code. maybe, hopefully. But if you're interested in learning more about this, just click on that link. It'll take you straight to their website. As always, guys, I want to thank you for watching the video. If it wasn't for you, I don't know if Potensic would have ever come out with a screen controller, because they listen to their customers, and that's what you guys are. We're all their customers. So I got to thank Potensic for listening to us this time for sure. All right, guys, well, as always, I want to thank you for watching the video. Have a great week. God bless. All right, guys, I hate to do this to you, but I tricked you again thinking that it was the end of the video. So I went home and I reviewed some of the footage that we got from this flight today, and I wasn't really extremely happy with the results of the signal. So I was thinking maybe there's a chance that there was an issue with the location we were at. So I've decided to come to this spot and to give Roger one more chance at a flight, because this is the place right here. That's a big pond over there. This is where I flew him for the first time whenever they first came out with that last controller that they had. So I think it's only fair to take him to the same place to see if that controller can, I guess, compete with the first controller. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm gonna get Roger turned on here. If I can see where his lights are. There they are. He's on. So I'm gonna set him down right here. And then I'm gonna get the controller powered up. I don't have my tripod with me, so I gotta hold this camera the way that it is. Too much work. Dropped it. Okay, I got the sticks in place just quick enough to get a screen recording going. Let me hit fly now. We'll go over and see and check his vitals, see how many satellites. He's got 21 satellites already. That's fast. Now I got the camera mounted to the truck bumper because, like I said, I don't have my tripod. Roger's right over there. Here's the controller, and that is awesome how fast that thing came up. It was only just a few seconds, maybe 15 seconds or so, and it was ready to go. But he got his satellites really fast. So I'm gonna get him up in the air. I'm gonna pull the sticks together and we'll get him up. I guess I could have done a one, what do you call that? A one-handed launch. So we are also, look how dark the screen is, because it's about 6:30 right now. We've only got a little bit of sunlight left. So I'm gonna get him up a little higher. Earlier today with the sun, everything was kind of washed out. So let me raise him up here to say 120 feet. There's the pond I was talking about. I just want to see if I can keep the antennas. Why does it say that again all the time? Current video transmission signals weak. It says that. Say that again. Well, if you guys can see in the camera here, I'm right directly under him, and I've got the antennas pointed directly at him. And now I've got a good signal. So maybe I'm just too close to the truck. I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and push him forward, and we're going to keep our eyes on that signal in the upper right-hand corner. Man, that's a really cool looking shot. I think I need to pull the gimbal down a little bit. Seems like it's a little bit high. Let's just go full throttle out there, keep our eyes on that signal. Let me adjust these antennas so they are now facing him. So let me just continue to go forward. I'm up 135 feet. I didn't realize I was up that high, but yeah, I think I was up 100. Oh, see, I'm down to an orange signal already. He's not that far out. He's only 500 feet away, and I'm aiming directly at him. 700 feet. One thing that's good is the transmission seems to be perfect. Like, there's no stuttering or anything of the transmission, and the picture feed seems perfect. And the signal itself, like I was saying earlier, it hasn't lost the signal. Actually, now the signal's fine. We were at 400 or 500 feet there, and we had a red signal. But since then, we haven't had any problem at all. We haven't even lost a bar. Oh, yeah, we did. We're down 1 bar. So we're out 1,635 feet. We've reached the max distance, and now he decided to go into his orange status. And now he's back to white, so everything's good. All right, well, let's hit return to home. I think that I think he actually performed better over here. So maybe the location is an issue. Yeah, I can't. I was gonna yaw him over to the sun so we could get a good picture of that, but yeah, I can't do that. We're just gonna get him home. He's coming back at 32 feet per second, which I wish I knew what that was in miles per hour. I still haven't looked that up. But I'm gonna keep the controller aimed in his direction so we don't lose signal on his way back. And then we're gonna watch and see where he lands on his, whenever he comes down from being up so high. Where's he at? Oh, there he is. Okay, so we're 600 feet away, and he's coming back as quick as he can. He's got us in his sights. This time I'm going to pull the gimbal down though while he comes to us, because the last two flights, oh there, see, I wasn't aiming towards him, so I had a bad signal there. Now I'm aiming towards him, so we got our bars back, and it looks like he's pretty close. Well, he's a little bit off of that pad, but again, he doesn't have precision landing, and we don't expect him to land directly on the pad. So I think he's going to start he's going to lower down any time, I think.
Landing.
There we go. She said landing. I like Martha's voice on this one. That's a pretty cool voice. Okay, so he's not really too close, it doesn't seem. It looks like he's a little bit further away than he was before. He's probably going to land in the grass there, and we'll give him a chance to break his wings, or to break his propellers. There is an anthill right over there too. So if he's going to land in that anthill, I'm going to move him. Yeah, there's an ant pile right underneath of him. So I may have to cancel this return to home whenever, yeah, if he's going to land in that ant pile, let's go to the, oh, I guess that's not too bad. Yeah, he clipped that one little piece of grass, but that's how far away he is from the pad. And this is how close he is to those ants. These ants are everywhere. Boogie, boogie, boogie. See? Oh, wait. Oh, there they go. Nope. Maybe it's a vacant ant pile. Let's try over here. Oh, there they are. See? They're coming out in force now. Let's get Roger back to safety. I like that sound. All right, guys. Well, I am pleased with the results of this test. I think Potensic did do a good job. I think that signal was more than acceptable. He only lost the signal about 400 or 500 feet out, so there may be some sort of an anomaly out there. Maybe the next video that we do, we can compare the two controllers. Maybe I can bring the old controller out and compare it to this one. I think that might be a good idea. Anyway, guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Have a great week. God bless. I'm serious this time. Goodbye.